Good evening. It is 9:57 now, excuse me, it is 9:58 p.m. on Friday, September 2nd, 2022. What you're looking at is John 4:25 from the Codex Sinaiticus, a 1600-year-old, I believe it's 1600 years old, manuscript written in Greek. And what we have here are the Greek letters. So we've got epsilon, don't know, don't know, don't know, don't know, mu, kappa, oh, what else do we have? Epsilon, sigma, all sorts of stuff. Why is this important? Because within this document is the word Messiah and is the word Christ. And I'm going to show you where this comes from. And the first line of the description will be the description. The first link will be to the Codex Sinaiticus, this page, where you can see this for yourself. When you get to the page, it's in the very bottom right-hand corner, and you explode that up, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. I'm not making things up. This is a comparison between the word Messiah and Christ. I'm going to get into some really obvious stuff, but apparently it's not that obvious to some people. So let's go on to the next image. This is from the website. So up here in this corner we have John 3:25 to 4:25. It is down here. This is a full page. It's down here in this corner. We have John 4:25 with the Greek in lowercase letters, which don't match the uppercase letters. But we have the translation here. And in this translation it says, this is the woman at the well. The woman says to him, I know that Messiah comes, who is called Christ. When he is come, he will tell us all things. And Jesus will come and he will reveal all things. Right now, we have the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit reveals all things to those who believe and obey, because he gives his Spirit to them that obey him. And you'll find that in Ephesians. So what are we talking about? Well, right here is the word Messiah. Mu, epsilon, sigma, sigma, iota, alpha, sigma. Messias in Hebrew. But that's where we get our word Messiah. Okay? Now we have Christ down here, just the chi and the s, Christ. Okay? Don't ask me why it is that way. That is the word for Christ. If we go over here, we see mu, epsilon, sigma, sigma, I, a, sigma, Messiah. Let's go to the word before Messiah. Looks like an OTI. Just before Messiah, we have an OTI, which means we know this is Messiah. M-E-S-S. I'm going to show you the alphabet for Greek. Mu, epsilon, M-E, sigma, that thing right there that looks like a C with a tail on it, that's that same C looking thing that we're looking at, and it's sigma. It has the S sound. I, iota, E-Y-E, I-O-Ta, M-E-S-S-I, alpha, A-S, Messias, Messias. That is how John recorded this story of the woman at the well that Jesus spoke with. There's the K for Kappa. That's not part of the script, but it means they have the ability to spell Messiah as Mosciach with the hard K sound, but they don't. Why doesn't John spell Messiah with a hard K, making it Mosciach? John was put to death on Patmos, the island, the Greek island. He knew Greek. John was a Jew. He knew Hebrew. Why didn't he spell it the way they so-called say it today? Because in John's day, it wasn't pronounced or spelled Moshiach. It was Messiah. The S sound of the lowercase sigma is put on the words in Greek to denote a male. Otherwise, the Messiah without the C would be a female Messiah. It's not. Jesus was a male Messiah. Messias. Okay? This is hugely important because the language has been changed by the rabbis to hide the name of HAYAH. Within Messiah is HAYAH. The anointed of whom? The anointed of whom? The anointed of God. When you anoint someone, you put oil on their hair. Oil gets everywhere. It is a mess. So who got the mess all over the mess? HAYAH. It's the mess, the anointed of HAYAH. It's not mess Yahoo. It's not mess Yahovah. It's not mess Yahweh. It's mess HAYAH. Messiah. One more proof that HAYAH is the name of God. He used Messiah and he used Christ. For we know that Messiah comes who is called Christ. Christ is a Greek word meaning anointed one. Messiah is a Hebrew word meaning anointed one. This Christ is a translation of anointed one. This Messiah is a transliteration of the Hebrew word Messiah. So in order to make the proper transliteration, they had to use Greek letters that would give exactly the same sounds as the word they are transliterating, which means the word they were transliterating was Messiah and not Mosciach. Where did we learn the word Mosciach? Where did the Hebrew roots movement listen for the word Mosciach? They listened to the rabbis in Jerusalem. They listened to the Torah speakers who are Talmudic. They listened to the men whom Jesus said were of their father the devil. There is no Moshiach. There is only Messiah, the anointed of HAYAH. Again, his name is on the children, and he put it on his own child because Jesus, the only begotten Son of God, is the Messiah. John knew it, and he wrote it in Greek so that you would know that it's Messiah and not Moshiach. Get it right. Get it right. If you're picking up your Hebrew from liars, you're not going to get the truth. This is what the book of Galatians is all about. Don't go to these people. Jesus called them of their father the devil in John 8:44. And they tried to stone him the moment he used the Hebrew verb HAYAH in reference to himself and Abraham. He said to them, I tell you, before Abraham was, I am. That verb, I am, in Hebrew is lowercase HAYAH, HAYAH. In Hebrew it is spelled HAYAH. It is pronounced HAYAH. And the only way for them to say that he blasphemed God by using God's name in reference to himself was if they heard God's name spoken from his lips. And what they heard was HAYAH, the verb. And they took it as HAYAH, the name. And the very next line was, then they sought to stone him. Again, the Pharisees in the first century, standing there with Christ, knew the name of HAYAH, and they refused it. And they tried to stone Jesus because he used the verb that sounds exactly like the Father's name. Do you think Jesus made a mistake when he said it that way? Absolutely not. Jesus is the Messiah, the anointed of HAYAH, and the name of God is HAYAH. And the liars that he spoke of, he knew were liars because he knew them from the beginning. And he is very familiar with Jeremiah 23, verses 25 to 27, where it states that the lying pastors, the lying rabbis, have created a dream such to cause the people to forget God's name. And they did, because no one knew it, and Jesus had to manifest it to those that were given to him, and he did. He manifested the Father's name in the 7 or 8 I am statements that he uses, because Jesus was speaking Hebrew or Aramaic, and it would have been the same. HAYAH, 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 the verb sounds like HAYAH, the name, and that is why the rabbis wanted to stone him. Again, another proof that HAYAH is the name of God. God bless and take care.